So what have you understood?
It explains a lot of my last year.
Just take a moment.
I think,
take a moment with that. Just take a moment. This is a big thing that is missing, that is really, truly missing in so-called spiritual seekers.
Yes.
Is the willingness to actually sit with what is triggered.
No, and for me, like the thing that I didn't know and like totally making sense to me, because most non-duality speakers talk about the I identification in thoughts. And I'm like, yeah, it is, some of my thoughts are very, me thoughts, I call them. But they happen, like I cannot catch the beginning of them, when they happen. I'm already, like how you say, I'm already in it by the time I even catch it. But what you said about, it being interwoven in consciousness in your
in the nervous
system, that to me makes sense, that why it is so automatic. Before even I can be aware of it, it's already triggered
a personality responses at work.
Yeah.
And it's at work.
And there's responses and actions and
exactly.
And it's like you're already 7-8 steps down and you're like, oh, okay, I went into my me.
Yeah, but
it's too late sometimes.
It's too late. And if you are hearing like it's just a thought, that's very superficial. That doesn't take it to its root.
To the real mechanism of this trigger and response.
The original wounding. The wounding where you come in as pure consciousness. Who else could you be? What else could you be but that which gives life to all things? What else could you be? How could you be an entity by yourself on this planet? You come in as pure consciousness, universal, and something splits off into individuation. In that individuation process, there is a sense of self. And in that sense of self, it's a split off from wholeness, from whole. It's a split off into individuation. So in that split off, it's as if that's the first experience. Maybe it's 3 years old. As soon as that splits off and that becomes me, don't look at mine, or it's mine. As soon as you see their eyes in the child change, that's the first experience of separation. Now, in the child, you can see that their world has become as if they are a world by themselves. And then all the thoughts are going around this me. The story begins, the me story. But at a certain point, at 1 year old, there's no me story. Things are happening. Maybe abuses happen, but there's no me to say I'm being abused. There's just life. It's just experiencing, right? But it's having an effect on the trauma of the brain and nervous system that will show later once there is identification, right? And then it's building as if it's really a self in existence. We call it ego. And no human can be here without the building of an ego. You need the ego to survive, to cross the road. Yeah? And at a certain moment, you realize that's the pain in the ass. That's the cause of the suffering. That's what's the cause, the root of all your suffering is identifying with that bunch, that bag, that is really the cause of your pain and nothing out there, right? Mm-hmm. When you get that point and you start searching for liberation, for freedom, for true freedom, you start searching for that, right? Then there are different stages of that. And really, to be truly free, you have to be willing to take it back on yourself. Whatever you feel, whatever you experience, come and meet it. Come and meet it directly, intimately, without carrying that into a story which you throw out there. Yeah.
So would one really achieve the ultimate liberation only when all the wounds are healed?
So what does that mean to you, ultimate liberation?
To not suffer anymore.
You stop suffering the moment that you do not identify with identification. There's no sufferer. You can't find, like you can't find the one who is hungry. You can't find the one who is hungry. Find the sufferer. Find it.
You really are smashing everything.
Find the sufferer. You'll find an experience of suffering happening in the system. Now look for the one who's suffering. What do you find? And when you see that you are driving it, that you are the driver, you stop. The moment you stop,
Not simple.
it's that simple, and it's again and again and again and again, because the first, from my point of view, and many can speak differently, but from my point of view, the first thing is self-recognition. It's recognizing what you actually are, being true to this over all, you know. And this little crazy personality here, if it can come and start going, with someone else, yeah, just come on, yeah, and then you become the master in the house. Yeah? And this is basically what it is, to master yourself, and that is a walking self-responsibility. And from where I look, where I come from, that's what integration is. Yeah. There will always be human drama. There will always be, unless we have a whole world full of people taking self-responsibility and being truly in love with the truth, that they are just so committed to cutting their own bullshit. Then you will have no human drama. Then what? So when you attempted to end the life of this one, when was the last time?
That was 1993.
Okay.
It was really long back.
That's long back. Yeah.
But I had a very good therapist that a friend of mine sent me to. And then she did this, she made me promise. And then she kept making me repeat till it rang true for her. And then it rang true for her. And then she said, okay, now we're done. And it did work, because I've been on the ledges of windows. I've been,
really?
Oh yeah, I've been sitting with pills. The last was in Germany 5 years ago, standing at the bridge.
You said 1993.
93 was the real attempt. Like I
So
landed in hospital.
What was 5 years ago? It was a pretend.
So I was at that point, So
you were coming close.
Yeah. So I came to that point. I'm standing at the bridge. And then I hear my promise.
Yeah.
I'm at the ledge of the window, and then I hear the promise I made.
What is the promise?
That I won't ever
take your life.
Take my life. Yeah. She made me promise.
I want to speak really to that, in the sense that my feeling is that your wanting to die is not really about the end of this body life. It's more you're wanting to die at that ego level. You're wanting to end the identification with that sufferer. And that's an ego death. It's not body death, it's an ego death. Right. That's your, yeah? And then it gets confused with, okay, then I end the body, then it'll be done with.
But it
take it with you.
Yeah,
because it's not,
yeah. I come from India,
Wow.
so I know I'm going to back in another birth. Maybe a rabbit or a cockroach.
but in India they believe that it's a higher. You go to a higher version.
But
right?
that's the Hindu version, right? But I am a Buddhist.
Oh God!
So I could become a cockroach.
So I put it to you that it is ego death that you long for, and that's why you came here with the energy that you did. It's like whatever it takes, kill me.
Yeah.
Right? Because that is that true like longing. I just want to be finished with this sufferer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yes.
Yes. So I put it to you in this moment. Here is a glimpse here and now. A glimpse of what it is really to, even if it's for this moment, even if it's just for one moment, to see that you don't have to kill this ego like physically. Right now, right here, can you see what is really truly you? In this moment, where do you find yourself? What are you in this moment? Find what you call I right now.
Yeah. An idea. Yeah. I'm having to go to a concept.
You would have to go to a thinking process and a story to find, right, so if you don't go, if you just don't go, what is here?
Then here is just all this.
Or what?
Like you, me, laptop, people, so-called Portugal. Because that's a thought. But here, this.
Is there anything missing right now?
No. Okay.
Okay.
The thought.
I can see
Yeah.
it. I can see it.
Yeah. The thought is saying, no,
Yeah. So in this very moment, with your ass on the chair, meeting here right now, find, is there anything missing? Find it. Find the truth of that. What is missing right now?
Yeah. When I look, the answers are all coming in thoughts. But I can't find anything missing.
So then you're saying that the
I have
thoughts
to
will
come
tell you
up with
something, but it's not true. Is it true? What's missing? Cheese sandwich?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I have to even
You have to
come up
imagine,
with the concept that it is missing.
Yes.
First I have to have the concept
Yes.
that it is missing, and then I have to
You see.
have another thought of the cheese sandwich.
Yes. And
then convince myself that, oh, that's the one that's missing.
Yes.
Oh my God, I could just see that.
Yeah.
I could just see that.
Yeah.
I actually created even...
Yes. You could almost taste the cheese.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that guy, you don't need to get rid of that pattern. You just have to see.
Oh no, he's a teacher. He came and taught me this. Listen. No, thanks to him, this happened, right?
Oh.
It's thanks to him this happened too. So he's my teacher.
So, ultimate liberation will be when that doesn't take over your... See, the shift is that this is dominant over that.
Yeah.
That's the shift. It's not that that disappears and never to appear again. It's this is dominant. If you're living in a life experience where this is dominant, that's what you get.
Yeah. Then
And
it's
then
all about the missing cheese
then
sandwiches.
you're in this and you have glimpses of freedom, but this is where you live. And you look through these eyes and you see the whole world like that, and it's all about me.
Oh, I can taste the freedom. Better than cheese sandwich.
So this is just a little glimpse, a little taste, right? And it's more and more glimpses, more and more taste, until you absolutely know that there's no way to turn away from here. No matter what, there's no way to turn away. I don't have to believe this is what I am. I don't have to convince myself or practice it. Yeah? So, in all of that mechanism, there's many things that are unconscious. And they will become conscious, and it's necessary. Otherwise, they are taking a life.
And so when you say drop in multiple times a day, it is so that we become more familiar with this.
Yeah, you drop everything, you drop into your being. Here is your being, right? Being here. You just rest in your own being. Come to know more and more and more the being that you are. Yeah? There is no good enough, no good enough. There's no question of higher, lower, more or less.
Yeah.
So you cannot buy into any of that. Yeah. But these things, it happens over gradually.
Okay.
Things fall off, you know. And if you're looking from here, you see. If you're looking from here, you see through that lens. Enough for today?
Thank you.
You're a joy. Oh.
It's the most precious gift, a glimpse of truth. Thank you.
Thank you. Same thanks. It's the only thing that makes sense in the life of this one.